Hello, so before I start the video, I just want to let you know that this is my experience over the course of 4 years. I'm gonna explain how I build this structure and how my structure is gonna apply to you. Hope you enjoy. So, let's start. The real progress method from 56 kilograms skinny fat to 73 kilograms in shape. A proven system for men and women who are out of shape to change their bodies without destroying joints, starving, or training more than 4 hours per week. So in this structure that I've created, you can change your body without training more than like 1 hour per training session. So if you are doing a full body split, you are gonna train like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. And if you are training upper body, lower body, you can get quite fast through the workout, but depends if you take longer rest times and stuff like that. I usually talk a lot in the gym, and it takes me like more than 1 hour, but it's not 1 hour of training, it's 1 hour staying in the gym. I'll help you lose at least 10% of your body weight in 180 days, build muscle, and keep it forever using the real results method. And how I will refund you if it doesn't work. My name is Raresh, and I will show you exactly my experience and how I managed to transform my body. Before we get into the structure of my program, I want to show you my personal experience and how this protocol was created by trial and error, by testing, getting feedback, adjusting in real time, and improving. So I started, as you can see, at 56 kilograms. I was like pretty skinny. I didn't realize that at the time. I was coming from 73 kilograms and I lost like, how much is that? A lot of weight, right? Like for 10, 17 kilos, if I don't, yeah, something like that. But like a lot of weight. So I was like fat, but not like fat. I had like just a belly and skinny arms and skinny everything, right? And I guess big legs, but they were fat. I had like stretch marks inside my thighs and glutes. So yeah, I was like not fat as people will say, but not in shape. And I didn't like that. I want to have abs, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose this weight and I'm gonna have abs. And guess what? After losing so much fat, I was eating 1 meal a day, trying to do that because that was the only way that I know how to lose weight. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna not eat. I'm just gonna eat like, I think 400 or 500 grams of chicken breast. I think one avocado, like, and one slice of bread, and that's all. Nothing else. Like, I think for 8, 9 months, for like a long period of time. I do not remember, but like probably like over 9 months. So I was just playing video games, um, train at night in my home. So it wasn't a good like training structure. Just just doing some squats, but a lot of squats like 100, 200 without stopping. Some push-ups, some bicep curls, some tricep extensions like this, like overhead. So yeah, I didn't really train hard for the upper body, but like for the squats and calf raises, they hurt, So it was like just the consistency every day after like I every day after I play video games. I finish playing video games at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I start doing my program. I start sweating, get in the shower, and go to bed. So I did that, I think, for 2 years or something like that. 1 year, 2 years. And one of my friends told me that he will come in Romania and he wanted to train with me. But before we train together, I should go to the gym so I do not get sore as fuck. I was like, okay. I had like one guy in my classroom who was going to the gym, did not look good, but he was going to the gym. And I told him, can you take me to the gym with you? And he said yes. So I think the next day, it was on, I think, 6 April of Thursday or something like that. And we go train. I was like standing by the squat rack, so embarrassed because I put like 10 kilos with the bars of 40 kilos in total. Did like 10 or 15 reps, and I was like ashamed to put more weight because I didn't want to move. Uh, yeah, that was like a pretty interesting situation. I found it like I think I fall in love with the gym right when I go down the stairs because my gym was like you have to go down some stairs to get to the gym because like the music like you can hear hardcore music and people grunting and stuff. It was like the smell of sweat. I was like, bro, I'm into it, you know. I was pretty hesitant at first to get into the gym because I knew that I will not play video games anymore, or at least at the level that I was playing. I was trying to become professional in a video game called Dota 2, and that will not happen because I couldn't. I was like, I will train almost every day for 2 hours straight, and I will fall in love, and I will look on YouTube and stuff, and that's what happened, you know. But I knew what I was getting myself into, so yeah. Then I got in shape, as you can see here. I got in good shape compared to where I was before. I remember, uh, quite frankly, I was like, bro, I look decent, you know. I was looking a lot bigger. I was a lot pretty strong compared to where I was. So yeah, the progress was there. But after that, I injured my knee. I just train like I usually train, and when I come back home, my knee was like a little bit uh, inflamed. And what happened after that? The next day, I couldn't do a squat. I was like, this is fucked. And I didn't train like for 1 week, squats. I was doing anything else like and quadriceps. And 1 or 2 weeks later, I had like a pain right down my abs. I was like, "What is this pain? It's pretty weird." The second day was worse. I said, "Okay, I have appendix, like problems. I had, something is not good." I didn't have this pain before, and I knew my body pretty well, you know, because I'm pretty self-aware of myself. So my parents didn't believe me. I had this problem. I go like to the hospital. I told them that they give me like they take blood or like pee sample. I do not remember what they took, but they saw like I had something a lot elevated, you know. So a doctor came. He pressed lightly on my stomach and it was hurting pretty bad. And because they are stupid, I guess, he pressed like so strong. I was like, fuck. And yeah, so I had appendix. I was getting surgery on. They said I couldn't feel pain, but they lie because I did not feel pain, right? But I feel like the sensation on when they cut when they cut it, you know, it's not a big thing. They just cut it. You feel like a cold something, a cold sensation. It's okay, but the problem is when they are like taking stuff and like cutting the appendix itself. You can see like it's like something somebody's putting your hand into the stomach and dragging your like whole intestines, and it's a horrible experience. I couldn't sleep in the hospital room because like people were making noise and stuff, and the machine that was taking my blood pressure was pretty bad. And after after I think 2 or 3 days, I still couldn't walk. People were recovering faster than me. I didn't understand why. Not even today, I don't understand why they were recovering faster than me. But I get over, I get over that, and I come back home. I couldn't walk properly. Like It's not that I couldn't walk, but it was hard to get up because when you like stand back and you get back up, you have to contract your abs, even slightly. So I couldn't do that. And the second I could walk decently, when I could just like a old guy just walk, I was headed to the gym, right? So I didn't. I train as hard as I could with low weight because if I put, for example, at the lat pull down, more weight than I like for 8 reps, I have to contract my abs. So I had to like 20, 25 reps because I have to train hard without like contracting my whole body. And I recovered a lot faster because I come to the gym like a lot faster, a lot faster. And after that, because I come back to like my usual stuff and my usual volume, I got injured in all parts of my body. Not to the knee was bad, but like to the elbows, shoulders, uh, bicep tendons. I didn't rupture something, but the inflammation was so bad it stopped me from training really good. I could train, but it was hard. Yeah, I remember going to school and I couldn't really hold my phone because my hand was like shaking so bad because I had like a elbow thing. But I did not ego lift or something like that. But I think I go like to intensity and volume too fast because I was not in a proper state of training. So yeah, and I bulked a little bit, so I got fat, and I didn't like how I looked. I was like, from from this, I got to this in like 3 or 4 months. I look like shit. I look, and It wasn't the fact that I couldn't control my diet because I did control it, but I couldn't train properly. So yeah, maybe I maintained my muscle mass on the quadriceps. I didn't. I lost majority of it because I couldn't do any knee knee flexion stuff. So I couldn't train my quadriceps. I could train like hamstrings and glutes and something like that, but it was like for the inner thigh and glutes. I had to do a lot of reps because my knee was hurting. It was like a meniscus, small tear, and I think ligaments and stuff, but they were like all a little bit damaged, but they hold me back through from training. So yeah, so for the uh, I think 1 to 2 years, like let's cut it, like 1 year and a half, I recovered, but I didn't recover just because time passed, right? I had to do like, for example, for my knee, I walk a lot. Like when I say I walk a lot, for me, I couldn't sleep if I didn't hit 10,000 steps a day. So I was like, I remember I had like a place, and if you go around it, you make like 100, oh, sorry, 1,500 steps, right? And I did that 10 times, like literally 10 times, going in circles, and people were looking at me. I saw it like 5 times already. What are you doing? But they didn't say to me that, but they were looking, and I was like, they were looking at me like that, like, what the fuck is, what the fuck is this? What is he doing? So my pain was like hurting and I could feel the pain, but I could feel a lot of blood in my knee and I could feel it. I get inflammation in my knee, and the next day is better. And I did build inflammation again by just walking because for me it was a stimulus at this point. Uh, I was like pretty bad, and I try a lot of things. I try to go like to some not chiropractors, to some professionals, if you call them, if you want to call them that. They said take anti-inflammatory stuff, take this, take that. No, don't take anti-inflammatory, right? If you are gonna die, yeah, take them. But when I before my surgery, my I could feel my knee in some way, shape, or form, but it was inflammation, but it was getting better. And when I took that for surgery, when they uh, give me that, I tried to do some squats. My pain didn't hurt, and when I had like the surgery, and at the I think 10th or 15th rep, my knee was hurting, like a sharp pain. I couldn't feel the inflammation, but was like a lighting, you know. So yeah, I need to feel the pain because inflammation, first of all, is healing. When you go to the gym, you create inflammation and you adapt from it and you recover and adapt. So inflammation, systemic is not good, but like a local, like in my knee, in my elbow, a small inflammation. If you recover from it, you create adaptation, you become stronger. So that was a pretty hard like part of my life because uh, I couldn't accept like now my life was the gym and I couldn't train how I wanted to. So I did recover pretty bad, like sorry, not pretty bad, pretty slow, but I did, you know. So after I recover, I didn't recover like now I'm okay to like bad to okay to just great, you know. Like for example, from 5,000 steps without stopping my knee, I had to stop for 5 minutes. Then I could do like 5,000, yeah, 5,500 and something like that. When I tried to drive, I think I had a driving lesson for less than 1 hour, and my knee had an inflammation for 4 days. But I was happy with my inflammation because if it was under 3 or 4 days, and I repeated that, I know I'll get stronger and I'll adapt. So after I think 3 or 4 driving sessions, my inflammation was like 3 days because I track all of this. I didn't like put them in a notepad on or something, but I was like so obsessed with me recovering from this shit because I was like, I can't. I all I did was looking how recovering works, whatever, like everything, hours and hours and hours on end because this was the only thing that I wanted to do at that point. I didn't have video games anymore. I couldn't like become professional anymore. School was shit. I didn't have money, but again, I was like at living with my parents. So my life was shit, and I had to do something, and I did. I recover. I learned how to recover by practice and error. Yeah, sometimes I think I did like uh, in school an arm wrestling match with my friend, and just for and we are like both weak, right? And just because like we we did it like for 1 minute and just like holding it here, but as hard as we could, my elbow hurted for more than 8 months from one stupid thing. We didn't like swing back, just hold it like this, and just we try to pull each other. Just imagine 8 months. So yeah, that sucks. So when I do like a mistake, I am paying the price 10 times, you know. And yeah, and then I overbuilt. I did crash diets and everything, but this is the result today, and I could sustain this easily. I don't have problems. My elbows and shoulder and knees, they are a lot better. They're not 100%, but I could say I'm stronger than before. I have not pain, but sometimes I have to warm up a little bit more, you know. So it's perfect because I can feel when I have to adjust and stuff. So yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Is this for you? You feel tired most of the days without energy. You have low motivation and mental fog. You are unhappy with your body. You want to lose fat and look better. You've tried diets but always quit. You want a plan, not guesswork. The thing is, it sucks because, for example, let's say you have all the willpower in the world, like I have, right? Because I didn't know what to do, and I just look to countless and countless of stupid and retard videos on internet just to find like 1 or 2 videos that help me. Because in reality, you don't need like 1,000 videos, right? But to find and filter to to all that bullshit, you have to go through 1000 videos, and it sucks. You have to go through injuries if you don't have like the right people or the right guy to to follow, to instruct, you, not to instruct you, to guide you. You know, you have to have the right people around you to give you like tips. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. In my gym, I didn't have any of them. None of them know nothing, and they still don't know nothing. I was unhappy with my body. I was really unhappy with my body, and then I become like unhappy with my body even if I look better. Right now I'm not like fulfilled with my body, but I know that I'm in shape. You know, I'm in shape because if my standard is here and I look very good and the average man is here, I still am not satisfied, and this is okay with me. This is okay with me. But most people, they don't look good and they want to look better. You know, I was like this before I started. I was like, okay, I want to lose some weight. I want to feel better. I don't have, I have shit energy. I feel bad. I have mood swings. I just want to have some abs. You know. Well, this is all I wanted to do, but it took me a lot to have some abs. You know. Yeah, I was like, okay, I lose some weight and I have abs and everything is perfect. But it wasn't that way because I was on a roller coaster, right? This is not for people looking for shortcuts, people who want comfort over results, people who blame genetics or luck. So, genetics play a role in this, 100%. Luck play, uh, yeah, luck is like not important, but it's a factor, it's a variable that will happen because you can do the same stuff that I did and get better results. You can do dumb shit uh, and get, you know, again, good results. The thing is, when you do dumb shit, if you do dumb shit for long enough, you'll get injured. I have people at my gym doing dumb shit for like 3 or 4 years. When I started, they still did dumb shit, and I was like, how they are not gonna injure themselves? I don't understand. And guess what? After 10 years of doing dumb shit, they injure themselves and they don't get results. For me, it took like 1 minute of arm wrestling. For them, it took 10 years, you know? This is luck. This is literally luck. But it doesn't matter because if you do good stuff, eventually you'll get there. For me, it took 4 years to look decent, to be in shape. For them, it may be like 6 months, or for you, again, you can be 6 months. In 180 days, you can look phenomenal. You can look at yourself and be like, fuck, bro, I'm looking so good. I'm looking so good. For me, it took 4 years because I didn't have like the proper structure, somebody to guide me, and I didn't know how to maintain it. And what I mean by maintaining, I didn't know how I can progress in this without staying like 2 hours, 3 hours in the gym for 6 days a week. I didn't have a problem with that because I was like, whatever it takes, you know. But you don't have to stay so many hours in the gym, to live in the gym, you know. To be, you can be obsessed, but you don't have to stay so much. Right now, I'm training probably less than 4 hours a week, probably more, but it's not training, it's talking. I'm training my dad and I'm showing him between my sets and stuff like that. So maybe I'm staying like, let's say 5 hours, 6 hours. But if I were just me and just training, maybe like 3 hours and a half, 4. So yeah, my dad is training probably like 2 hours per week, maybe more. But again, he's not really training. He's talking to me. I show him the exercises and stuff. So yeah, I'm doing upper body, lower body 4 times per week, and he's doing full body 2 times per week. So what this means, he's training 2 days and I'm training 4 days, basically. Not that hard to, and I don't want to push more on that because it's simple. People looking for shortcuts. Yeah, this is not a shortcut. It's you have the structure and you don't have to guess every step. You know, you don't have to be like, what I eat, how much do I eat, how much do I train, how many sets, because I'll give you the structure. It's everything you know. Because if you start, let's say, at one set and you don't grow and you don't or you start like at you eat a certain amount of food and you don't lose weight, I can see that because you track it and we adjust it. Simple. And I test it on myself. I test how much food and how much, uh, yeah, how much food can I not eat, like for how much can I be in a deficit and not feel the bad effects, like the never-ending hunger, the crazy food talk, you know, like, oh, I have to eat, I want chocolate, I want this, I want that, because it's not. Închide ușa, că fac aici ceva tare. So, like I said before, you don't have like that food cravings after 1 month of dieting. Not even 2, maybe 3, but after 4 or 5 months you have that. So even after you stop dieting, you will feel like shit. You'll feel so so hungry because you are just in a constant deficit and you have to adjust it, right? And I learned to try and error like literally recently because I was saying to myself, if I want to create the best structure, I have to be in in a crash diet, right? So I eat like a little bit of junk. Even if I was in a calorie deficit, I was like eating uh, not good food. I was hitting my macros like protein, fats, and carbs, but it was way harder than eating clean. So yeah, I can tell you that. The truth no one tells you. You can transform. Become healthier, leaner, and more confident without extreme suffering or living in the gym. Like I said before, you don't have to train 10 hours, 12 hours. You don't have to eat chicken and rice. You don't have to do like all this crazy shit that I've done. But you can learn from my mistakes. You can adjust and put it into perspective, you know, and you can look good without doing this much stuff because suffering does not equal results. Yeah, if you have the willpower to go through all this shit, you have great results. But why you should go through all this pain and all this suffering when you can? Yeah, it will still like be decently hard if you have a lot weight to lose, but you have the plan. It's simple. You can adjust it. It's not. You don't have to go through 1,000 injuries like I did. You know. Why most fail? Crash by overtraining. Training again with too much volume, too much intensity. I don't think there is too much intensity, but with too much volume, you know, and not taking life stuff in practice because most of you have jobs. Most of you have a life outside the gym. I didn't, but I was like constantly tired. But when it was time for the gym, I was, you know, ready. But if you have again a social life, you have like a family, if you have a job, you can't stay 10 hours in the gym. You know, even if you like it, it has somehow to go down. But you are like, okay, if I train less, I will get less results. No, you can literally train like below 4 hours, even 2 hours, but let's say 4 hours, and still get the same results as training for 12 hours because in a few hours per week you can get 90% of the results. Like those more volumes, they're like you not even see them. Maybe in a 10 years span you will see like 1 or more or 2 more kilos of muscle mass, let's say, but I don't think even that is true. For what? For double or triple or quadruple the time in the gym? That's stupid. You'll not work overtime. So if you get 10 hours per $10 per hour, you'll not work another 10 hours for $1 per hour. That's stupid, you know. That's stupid. That's not efficient. The real secret: pain is not progress. Structure is. Like I said, you don't have to suffer more than you need to. You know. Yeah, you'll feel hungry. You'll feel, but you are like, okay, I'm hungry, but I can sustain it. You'll not. Your stomach will not hurt and so bad that you're like, fuck, what am I doing, you know? So yeah, that's the thing. From weak to relentless. Again, I was always the weak one. I think I remember clearly I was ashamed to do like physical stuff because even uh, girls were beating me like in arm wrestling or in any physical stuff. I couldn't do 2 or 3 push-ups, you know. I was like pretty bad physical stuff, pretty bad. But I was like relentless. I remember playing football, like soccer, and I didn't know how to dribble. I wasn't good at anything, but the one thing I did was just run. I didn't run fast, but I ran a lot. When I was sweating, when I was breathing hard, I was running more and more and more and more. I remember blood coming out of my nose, even when I was like 10 or 11 or 12, you know, because I knew I couldn't compete. I'm not talented. I'm not talented. I'm not like, I'm not faster. I'm not stronger than anybody. I'm not taller. I don't have any capabilities. In fact, I'm worse than them at the starting level. But the only thing that I have is heart, you know, and I can do more than anybody. That was in my head, and that's what I practice, right? The extreme cut. Sorry, not the extreme. All is the weak one. Skinny fat, no strength, bullied and laughed at. What I had was obsession, like I said. The extreme cut. 73 kilos to 56. People thought I was sick. My girlfriend at the time was disgusted. I remember taking off my shirt and she was like behind me, and she was like, "Bones are sticking out of your back. Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't feel anything." I didn't even know that I had them because I didn't like take pictures of myself. But that was a bad feeling. I was like, "Fuck," you know, like this is bad. The rebuild. 8 months later, I changed. Then everything broke. Complete collapse. Knee injury, like the surgery stuff that I can pronounce. Came back in 2 weeks instead of 3 months. Body collapse. Recovery. Again, a lot. Too much. Too much. The comeback. After so much trial and error, I rebuilt myself stronger than ever. The 5 stage system. Stage 1, testing and collecting data. So I have like, we have a starting point, right? That you all can start at, and you'll do that, and we'll see some feedback from it. Train hard with structure. Eat with structure. Track inflammation, body weight, food, activity, and how you feel. Goal: more energy, better body, better mood. Feedback and adjusting accordingly. Performance tracking. Adjust training as results change. Goal: create a body that's hard to destroy. Stage 3. Continue getting results. Flexible plan and adherence over perfection. Goal: lose fat, build muscle, and don't get injured. Because one thing is for certain: if you get injured, you can't train. If you can't train, you don't build muscle and you feel like shit. So the number one goal, even if you don't lose fat, right, is to not get injured. Because even if you can put 10 kilos per month of muscle mass, if you get injured, you can't keep doing that, and you're gonna lose. So you're gonna lose that muscle mass. So yeah, that's bad. Sustainable lifestyle, repeatable routines. My fucking English is bad. Sorry. Simple rules, measurable progress. Goal: become and remain good looking and healthy long term. That's the goal, you know, to look better in all your life, not just now, but in your whole life. Is to transform your body right now and keep that. You know, you can keep looking better and better and better and better, not just for like one photo shoot. Feedback loop, feeling and looking better. Comply more, results increase, overall quality of life increases. So what I mean by all these stages, like to make them to make a summary, you are gonna track your calories, you are gonna track your progress in the gym, reps and weight, You are gonna track the volume of your training and the inflammation. What I mean by inflammation, for example, if your elbows hurt, elbows and shoulders and joints hurt, we're just gonna track them, you know. If the first week you have a level of pain, the second it increases, decreases, stays the same with like body weight, the same with food, the same with training. Is there any change? So if for example at the stage 2, if there is a body weight increase and you want to lose weight, that's not good. But why is that body weight increase? Because of water fluctuation? Because if you get like 1 kilo overnight, it's not like you gain 1 kilogram of body fat. But if that trend line keep going up and up and up and up week by week, yeah, you are getting something, you know, you are getting fat. But if you get 1%, maybe 2%, if you like go out of your way to do something stupid, like I don't know, eat a lot, or I eat 2 times or 3 times the quantity of sodium, or like salt, that will change your body weight. But body weight, not fat or muscle gain or loss, you know. Continue getting results. So after we establish the amount of volume you need, so for example, you are gonna start at 1 set, and if everything is good, you're gonna go to 2 sets and remain there. And after that, sorry for the phone. And after that, you can test if you get more results with a little bit more volume or a little bit less volume. At first, I did a lot of volume, and that got me injured. Then I go to the other extreme when I go to like 1 set per training, so 2 sets per week, you know. And now I'm in like the middle, but closer to lower volume, to like 4 sets, four like 2 to 6, but on average like 4 to 5 sets per body part per week. So if you are gonna train 2 times per week, you are gonna put like 2 sets or 3 sets in one training and 2 3 sets in the another training. This is a sustainable thing. Why is sustainable? Because again, it's like 1 hour of training. If you are gonna go to the gym and just train and do not talk to anybody or talk fast, is 45 minutes, 1 hour, you know. Yeah, if you're gonna talk like me and talk shit all the way, yeah, it's gonna take 2 hours. But again, it's just 1 hour in the gym, you'll feel better, your quality of life will increase so much, so much. And I can feel it myself, you know. I can feel it. I just started training my dad and he feels so much better. I can feel him having so much energy. His mood is better. His joints are better. His like confidence, his strength is good. Like he had a problem with his shoulder and now he's like getting better. He's not fully healed because I can heal people in 10 days. I'm not a fucking magician, but he's getting better. That's the whole point. To see a trend line where from here you get better and better and better and better and better. And the feedback loop is when you see yourself getting results, if you see feeling better, then looking better, then progressing in the gym, then maybe people start commenting, you know, like, oh, you change, that feels better on you and stuff. You're gonna feel better, you know. I don't really care people telling me that I look better and stuff, but maybe you do. And it's not that I didn't care, but when they told me that I was looking good, or like better at least, not good, but better, I knew that I was like, thank you, but my standards are way up here, and I'm here. Yeah, maybe your standards are here, and because I'm above your standards, I look good, but my standards are so up, I can't comprehend that I look good. But that was like, it's an unhealthy thing to do. But again, I'm not doing this just for lifestyle purposes, right? I want to look a lot better. I want to like make a, a performance in this thing. But if this is not you, No problem, you know. If you want to look better, if you want to feel good, you don't have to, like to think, yeah, I look like shit all the time like I do, but just be realistic. Yeah, I just look better, I feel better. For example, if you are like my dad, 115 kilos, like 115 kilos, if he gets like to 85, 90 kilos, he can find like uh, uh, lower himself. He can't tie his shoes because he's so fat. You know, he will have his mobility back. He will not be fearful when he go speak something. Oh, my back, my back, my back. You know, uh, like everything changes. If you are that overweight, yeah, that's that's gonna be the big change. You know. But imagine me. I wasn't fat. I wasn't obese. I was not in shape, and I got in shape, and I feel that much good, that that good. Imagine yourself feeling and looking like shit. To look, you know, like yeah, that's a good looking guy or woman. You know, that's a big thing. The transformation loop. Progress starts to be visible. You are motivated to continue. Health improves. Energy and overall well-being increases. The results stay. You stop quitting. So most of you quit because you don't see results, and that's normal. You know, like if you go to a job and you're not getting paid, why I should continue that? It's simple. It's not. It's you do it unconsciously. Don't. It's not something that you even say because if you hit your face and it hurts, you don't do that. You know, if you eat something that doesn't taste good, you stop chewing it and you don't eat it anymore. If you are going to the gym and using a diet and you feel like shit and you don't lose weight and you don't get results, you stop. So yeah, you'll stop quitting, and believe me, I don't think most people are uh, undisciplined, but they don't know what to put their energy into, you know, because if I after I will give you my structure, it will be so easy, and it's so easy to be motivated when you see change. But if I told you, bro, we are gonna make money, but in 10 years from now, and for 10 years you are gonna work so hard, but you never know. How can I track progress? You don't, like, fuck me, how am I gonna stay motivated for 10 fucking years? You don't. So when you are gonna see weekly results, maybe you don't, you see like, okay, maybe I have this vein pops more, maybe my gut is a little bit smaller, maybe my weight is gone down by half a kilo, you know, and you are gonna see this trend line, and 1 week adds more progress, 1 week adds more progress, one more rep, one more kilos, and after like 10 or something weeks, if you have like progress pictures, you're gonna see, oh, that's a big change. And maybe you'll not say that's a big change, right? You'll say, okay, I see I change, but the most important thing, it's the trend line, because if it continues, that's the most important thing, the trend line, because if you are getting like 2 times the amount of money every day, $1, $2, $4, $8, $16 is not a big thing, but it compounds, and you know, it's a big thing after that if it compounds. Full training structure, complete workout framework designed to build without breaking. Again, I will give you my structure on how I approach training and how I put my father into this same structure. He's coming with me, training with me. So the same structure, right? Uh, I train exactly upper body, lower body split, or like the split that I didn't create this split, but I adjust it to myself, and I will adjust it to you guys, right? And it's not that I can get injured, but the probability of me getting injured is so low because I do everything. Not I don't like the word perfect, but everything good, you know. Full nutrition guide, eating strategy that works with your life, not against it. Again, you don't have to eat chicken breast and with rice. If you want to eat carbs, they are like a lot of sources to eat carbs. You don't have you can eat pasta, you can eat rice, you can eat fruits, you can eat vegetables, you can eat lentils, you can eat there are so many. You don't have to eat rice. If you want to eat meat and protein, you don't have to eat chicken breast. You can eat chicken thighs, turkey, uh, pork. You can eat beef. You can. There are so many. Oh, you don't want. You can eat any of that. You can eat fish. If you don't want to eat any of that, there are ways. If you want it bad enough, we find a way. We find a way. There is no like you have to eat banana with fucking broccoli, rice, and chicken breast. Fuck that shit. You don't like broccoli? Eat potato. You don't like potato? Eat whatever. There are a group of foods. There are a group of exercises. You don't have to do one exercise. You can change your if you don't like training with dumbbells, you can train with barbell. If you don't like any of those, you can train with at a machine. If you don't like not the machine, you can train body weight. It's simple. It's not. It's a flexible diet. It's a flexible training approach. Tracking setup. Know exactly what's working and what needs adjustment. So because I tracked my weight and my calorie intake and my training, I can look back on it and I can understand why something didn't work. I can understand for myself, for example, why I didn't lose the fat that I wanted. I lose some fat, but I wanted to lose more. Why I didn't? Because I was like overeating without knowing, because I didn't track correctly my food, because something is says like 100 calories and it had like 400. Um, the training, I could see where my strength dips when I lose the weight. It's not that I lose muscle mass, it's just that I lost weight, right? So if you track again food, weight, training, even sleep and inflammation and stuff, you can see, and if you track it, and you are just gonna like give it to me, or you can track it yourself, because I want to teach you how can you do it yourself. How can you do it yourself? But I will first show it by example, and I will track it for you track it, and I will explain it, like what did you track here, like what does this mean, what does this trend line means. Yeah, if your weight goes like this, you are getting body fat. If your strength decreases, something is wrong, and we are gonna talk about it. So tracking is very important, because you know if what you did is good or not, and if it can be done better, worse, or it stays the same. I'm confident that my method can fail. If you follow my structure and don't get results, I will refund. So basically, if you track everything, if you adjust everything that I say, again, is not something extreme, it's very simple, and believe me, my dad enjoys the diet that I've created for him. I give him so much food, and he says, just gonna get fat. And I say to him, no, this is a dumb mentality, because if you eat 2 chocolates, that's 1000 calories, almost, or close, right? But if you eat lean meat with a lot of vegetables, it's like 3 4, let's say 500 calories, but the food volume is like 10 times. He was like, no, I can't eat so much meat. Shut the fuck up. You are 115 kilos at 172 centimeters. How you are gonna stay and talk to me and explain to me why you can't eat food? You can eat food. I can eat food also. I can eat so much food until like I feel the food is here. I almost vomit and I still eat food, so I have like a big appetite. But I can still control my weight and lose and gain if I want to, right? After I work abroad for 5 months, a lot, and for 10 days I binge a lot on chocolate, and yeah, on chocolate and sweets. So I was eating around 1,500 and 3,000 calories of sweets every day. So around 3 to 6 chocolates to convert that. So a lot, you know. But I tracked everything. I knew how much I was going over, and now I'm cutting it. So I could have that binge, if you want to call it. And yeah, it's not like this. It's a real binge. But for example, even if I gain a little bit of fat, now I can cut that, and it was like a big binge. like 3 to 6 chocolates every day for more than 10 days. That's mental. And with normal food, direct. No, I did that. Sorry. Ready to transform. So this was me before and after, right? So I had like a video in my bathroom doing a back double bicep, and I will in the following posts I will try to have the same lighting and the bad lighting, if you want to call it, because I don't want just to put like a better lighting and you see, look how I transform. I want to be the same lighting, so you can see if I transform or not. Because most people on Instagram or social media, they put a better angle, better lighting, and say, look how I transform. No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. So the first lighting is worse than second, but you can understand. You can see the changes, right? So this is like this lighting is better than this, but you can see like the thickness, the how big I get and stuff like that. So even here you can see like the more definition. And again, yeah, the phone is the same. Look, the phone is the same, the lighting is the same. So this is like a more approachable stuff, like a more you can make the difference. Because if I give you this picture and this picture, maybe they are taken the same day, they were not. But again, you have to see from the same exact spot. You can't weigh yourself and have 10 kilos on your back, because it's gonna be different. If you're gonna drink 1 liter of water and put yourself on a scale, you'll have 1 more kilo, but it's not of fat, it's of water, so it doesn't matter. If you're ready to work with me, book a call here. I will give you the link in the description, so you can contact me. In the call, I establish if we are a good fit for each other. If we are, the results will come in no time. So we'll establish the meet. We'll talk, and I will analyze if you are a good fit or not. Because if you want to come here just for the hype, oh, this guy transforms and shit like that, yeah, that's not okay. If you're not gonna follow my shit. So it's not hard, it's very simple. I will not say it's easy, but it's simple, because it's a simple thing. You track your weight, you track everything. You don't have to spend hours. It's literally, I think it's gonna improve your life productivity. Because if you have more energy, if you look better, if you feel better, you're gonna be more efficient. So even if you take like 4 to 6 hours, for example, training and tracking stuff, it's not gonna take that long. But for example, let's say for 2 or 3 weeks, or like first month, is gonna take more than 4 hours in the gym, because you warm up and somebody shows you the exercise and stuff. But it's not actual 4 hours of training. It's 4 hours of learning, and like maybe 1 hour of training. What happens next? Worst case, you live with clarity, direction, and a better plan that you had before. Best case, you rebuild your health, your body, and your life. The choice is yours. The system is ready. So again, if you want to work with me, book a call. In the worst case, if you don't want to book a call, and you want to stay around to see my progress, because for the next 180 days I will put weekly check-ins in a normal light with myself and my father as well, so you can see the transformation in real time. There is no fucking bullshit when I change the angle and you see myself. The lighting is bad. It makes me look bad, but I do not care, because I want to make a guy that doesn't know anything about fitness to look at this picture and to put another picture, and they say, yeah, this is the same spot, same lighting, no crazy, normal light, like when it's not fucking I put the angle here and the down lighting, no. So it's normal light, and you can see the result that I've did, or the regression. But again, you're not gonna see the regression. And again, if you don't want to work with me, I don't have a problem. You can just look for and if you want to learn, yeah, you can follow me, you can subscribe and stuff like that. and I'm gonna post more content and explain everything that I know to nutrition, to training in more depth, because uh, I yap a lot. I talk too much, I think, in this thing. But yeah, I'm gonna post a lot of uh, free content here and on Instagram. Everything about what I know, again, about fitness, about like my experience. I will put rants like mentality stuff. I will put like approaches, everything, everything. So you don't have to, again, work with me. But if you want to get your transformation fast and you don't want to guess every step, yeah, it's fast. It's way faster. It's way faster if you hire a coach that knows English and teaches you English than learning it yourself on the internet. You can still do it, you can still get in great shape. But imagine if you didn't get at this age, maybe you are like 20, 25, 30, 35, right? And you don't have a lot of time because you have a family. I didn't have. I have a family, but I had a lot of time. I have all the day was mine to spend, you know. Maybe you don't have. Maybe you go like 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours shifts. Do you think you have like in your free time you are gonna look on educational stuff? Fuck that shit, you know. You can do that, but it's gonna take a lot of willpower and obsession. And again, you just want to get healthier. You just want to look good. You know how to put all this time into, right? So that's perfect. Maybe I don't want to put, for example, a lot of time in let's say learning a new language, right? I don't look to every fucking textbook and every video on YouTube. Maybe hire a coach and he will teach me faster. You want the results fast? Get a coach. You know, it's easier. And yeah, majority of coaches I've seen online that are shit. What I mean by that? They are shit because they do not uh, pay attention to their clients. They just want to grab money, right? And that is really bad. They give you programs and they give you training structures and nutrition plans that they do not even use themselves, and that sucks. Again, it's how I'm gonna trust a guy? You tell me to do this and that, and you don't do it yourself. What is this shit? You know, what the fuck is this shit? I'm messaging you, and you respond to me in like 2 or 3 days in a lot of hours with like a short answer. Fuck that shit, you know. Like, why should I hire a coach? That was like my problem with hiring a coach or somebody. I have like uh, a, a coach right now that helps me with like gym stuff, but he, probably like after this I pay him like some money, but after this I'm gonna stop working with him because he responds very late. He he give me shit programs that does not follow, and just fucking bad stuff, you know. Bad coaching, literally bad coaching. If my if my client says, uh, for example, my father right now said, you know, I don't really like here the food, so he had like some meat and potatoes. I don't really like the potatoes. Perfect, next time eat another vegetable. This is the strategy, right? You eat like meat, you eat vegetables, you eat fruits, you eat like whole grains and stuff like that. If you don't like a banana, you can get strawberries. If you can change stuff, but majority of them, they have a fixed thing, right? You should do this. Oh, you don't do this. Fuck off. You are getting kicked out of my fucking client list, or shit like that. Yeah, you don't get results. No, if you don't, I can find so many exercises, so many foods, so many training approaches and stuff that you can uh, execute, that are made for you, that are made for you, not because, for example, I like to do, for example, 2 or 3 sets for my chest, right? But if you have better results and you feel better doing four, do you think I will say don't do four? If I like bananas and you hate them, do you think I will say eat bananas? Yeah, the majority of coaches will tell you that, and that sucks. Believe me, I have a passion of for helping people, that I go out of my way, and I give so much. And it's funny because I think I train over 6 or 8 people, or give tips to more, but like a little bit more, and I lost money doing that. I Because I give them stuff, supplements, tips. I I think one guy messaged me like, I don't, like 3 or 4 word question, and I responded to him in like a paragraph explaining like all the shit, like simple, like in depth, like everything, So uh, yeah, I like overcompensate with my the information and uh, stuff that I will give you, but I will not give you just information because that sucks. What I'm gonna do with all this information? I'll give you like a short summary. I'll give you a lot of information in depth if you want, in depth if you want to know. Yo, coach, why I'm gonna drink 4 liters of water instead of two. I can explain it to you in like a few words. I can go more in depth, and I can give you an actionable advice on how to do it. It's very simple, but again, most coaches are shit, and they don't last very long. They don't last, and if they last, they are shit, and they are very shit. And I haven't seen one good coach in the past in the past 4 years that I have been in like the fitness industry, if you want to call it, not in the in the fitness space, right? A better formulation of words, because they are shit. They don't want to educate you. They just want to grab your money. They just want to grab your money. I think I have a friend who I was talking to him about like his habits, right? To stop smoking, not because just for the health, right? For many, many, many reasons. For many reasons, and training and stuff. And he just binge a lot, so he will stop smoking and start smoking and stop and start again. And now he didn't smoke for like, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, and he was like very, very, very happy about this. And he said, bro, when I wanted to smoke again, I was thinking about you telling me that I'm a fucking bitch. No, I'm not a bitch. Right now, when this is where I make the difference, when I feel like shit, when I feel the worst, unmotivated and stuff, right now I'm gonna do whatever it takes to achieve this. So if I don't want to smoke, yeah, it's easy to be motivated. For example, it's easy to say I don't want to eat anymore when you are full, but when you are hungry and you have treats in front of you, and your goal is to lose fat, in your mind you're like, bro, I want to eat all these sweets, but I'm not gonna do it. Why? Because my goal is more important, and my purpose is more important than for 1 or 2 minutes of pleasure. And when you have purpose, yeah, you maybe go to small uncomfortable moments, but the payoff is way bigger. The payoff for me, for 5 months, I've been going to a crash diet intentionally, so I know how it feels on myself, so I can explain it to you guys. And it was hard, and I did it way harder because I wanted to, so I can feel it on myself how it is to like to go through a long cut, to a long deficit for a lot of time eating shit. And right now I know how it's like to feel that hunger, to be just food obsessed 24/7. But again, if you want to do something, like if you are obsessed with it, you are gonna do it. If there is a will, there is a way. But I'm not gonna put you through to hell just to look good, Yeah, if you want to be Mr. Olympia, if you want to be the one of the best fighters in the world, yeah, you are gonna go through hell. But if you want to have better health, to feel better, to have some abs, that's fucking easy. You don't have to struggle. You'll struggle at first with the habits, because you're like, I was eating chocolate every day. Maybe now I'm not eating chocolate, or I'm eating less chocolate, or I'm eating more vegetables, which I don't like. Maybe I drink more water, and I don't like drinking more water because I don't feel I have to drink water, but I drink it and I feel better. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Um, Sorry for me talking a lot. I rant a lot, and my English is not that good, but I think you get the point. And we are gonna see each other in the next following videos. If you want to see more stuff, or if you have like a feedback, or if this video helped you, you can comment below, or you can DM me directly on Instagram, because I really love when people give me feedback, and I saw people like getting feedback from other people. Only bad coaches or only bad people who coach people are annoyed by getting feedback. I will love having my phone full of feedbacks, because if I help people, I want to know how I help you. I want to know how can I improve. I want to know that your life has changed, because that makes me happy. I was like having I think one of my worst days in my life, and when this guy told me that he is very happy and motivated to continue stop smoking and keep grinding. He works a pretty hard job, for a lot of hours, and now he started going to the gym again. But he's now gonna not stop, because has his habits, and he didn't stop for a long time. I was like so happy for him, because I knew he had a problem with smoking and not training and not uh, with this kind. You can call it discipline, but it's discipline in a way, because right now he's building his discipline, but he couldn't do stuff for a long time. He couldn't stick. He couldn't stick to not smoking. He couldn't stick to keep going to the gym. Even 2 times he couldn't stick. But now he goes consistently. So I think that made me so happy. I think for 2 hours I was smiling when I was cooking food for him. And guess what? I didn't make any money. In fact, I lost time and even money, because I help him with like supplements and food and stuff like that. But don't care. I am very selfish in a way that if and it's contradictory, but I'm very selfish, because if I can help you, I will feel so good. I will feel so good that it gets addicting. If I help people and their life improves, even if I give them a small tip. I had a guy at the gym, and again, sorry for ranting so much. I had a guy at the gym who couldn't gain weight and couldn't gain like muscle mass. He was working a hard labor job, and I told him, "You have to eat more, right?" And he said, "Yeah, but I can't eat more." And I told him that, okay, do it like I do it. So, buy some oatmeal, buy some this, buy some that. I told him to buy milk, oatmeal, a banana, and protein powder and peanut butter. He make a shake every day and drink it. It's good taste. I told him like everything, the how much quantity. He didn't track his food, but he was like, okay, one cup of protein, two or 3 cups of oats, milk. He calculated by eye. So he put like milk enough so it's liquid, and he did that. Yeah, he gained some body fat, but he came. I saw him getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and he didn't have progress in over a year. He came back to me so happy, and he said, "Bro, this stuff is tasting good, and I'm seeing progress, and I'm becoming stronger. And yeah, I'm getting a little bit fatter, but I don't want to stay lean." That's a weird thing, but again, he was happy, and he was seeing progress, and he had more energy. So yeah, I was so happy for him, because, and again, he didn't talk a lot, but when he shook my hand and thanked me for that, I was like very very grateful. That I did help him. I had like, I think for this guy, or like for these two guys, I had like 10 or more people that I helped, and they binge, and they just, I don't know, like lose fat and get fat again, because they didn't listen to me, or they didn't have the willpower. Imagine this guy, I told him once what he has to do, then I messaged him the second day again the quantities, and he stick to it, right? I had people, I talk to them every day for hours and hours and hours, and one day I don't talk to them, and they fuck everything up. So it's in your control. I can give you the best plan, I can give you the best structure that you can follow, but if you don't follow it, and if you don't have the the willpower to do it, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. But again, it's not so much willpower. It's a simple plan, it's a simple structure. It will get enjoyable very easy. You're not gonna struggle for 6 months just to get 1 kilogram of fat loss. And again, I'll post it on my highlights, my dad and my progress for the next 6 months, weekly check-ins, weekly weight. And again, if you want more of this content, let me know down below. If anything helped you, you can leave a comment or you can DM me personally on Instagram. And we are gonna see each other in the next following videos. Thank you for watching.